3 books that made this multimillionaire rich.
Okay, so you asked me what 3 books I would recommend. And the 3 books that I would recommend, the first one would be Unreasonable Hospitality. The second one would be The Six Working Genius. And the third one would be Crucial Conversations. So the first one, I would say, with Unreasonable Hospitality, it'll teach you the ways to get your customers talking about you and creating legendary stories about the experience they had with your company. The second book is The Six Working Geniuses. And that book, I would say, would help you understand when you're working in your genius and when you're working in your frustrations, and how you need to build a team around you that works in different geniuses so that you're not living a frustrated life trying to build your company. And then the third one would be Crucial Conversations. And the reason why I list that book is because it'll teach you how to have the conversations you need to have with both customers, with employees, and even in your personal life, so that you'll remember what it is you want out of that relationships, and you'll be able to say it in a way that grows your connections and your relationships. So those would be the 3 books I would recommend.
That's perfect. And number 3, Crucial Conversations. They also mention if you do not have those crucial conversations that no one wants to have, the CEO does not want to have to talk to the manager about, hey, if you don't do this, you're fired.
Right.
A lot of money is lost.
Yes.
If you're not having it. So a sign of like a healthy business is having those difficult conversations.
And there's a lot of misunderstanding that's always happening, and a lot of assumption that's happening within your relationships at work, personally, that is going on and you don't even know it. And you need to have those crucial conversations so that it's clear and everybody knows where you stand or what you need from them.
What businesses have you seen in your experience lose money because they did not read and apply, let's say, number 1, unreasonable hospitality? Because I think the numbers show 85% of customers leave because of poor customer service.
Yes, there's plenty of, I'm not going to name any companies, but there are plenty of companies that, in fact, I was just at one yesterday. It's a very popular place here in Malibu, and their customer service is terrible. So I walked out of that place and went next door, and their customer service was great. And I had a much better experience, and I decided I'm not going to go, even though the food's good, I'm not going to go there. And then I will tell you that I've had my management team and even some of our field employees read these 3 books. And it's done an amazing job of helping us understand and grow in our own personal growth and leadership. And it's changing our company for the better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, because it's not just you reading now.
Right.
It's other people around you, what I would say, consuming and adopting these mental models. And what I'm curious, because a lot of CEOs have read a book and like wish the people around them would read.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's we now speak the language. So when I talk about something in the 6 Working Genius, the team knows what I'm talking about, and they've experienced it. They've read it. We've gone through the surveys. We've done it together. We even have a book club every month where we get together and we discuss the book we read for the month, and we do it over breakfast. We call it the Breakfast Book Club, the BBC. And we enjoy it. And these are guys that have never read before. And a lot of it had to do from me learning from a coach. And that coach is David.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Wow.
So thank you for teaching me how to teach others how to read and grow in their leadership. So these 3 books is what I'd recommend. And it's really changed our company culture as well as the growth of our company.
It takes influence. It takes leadership. You can't, just because you know it's a great skill. So many of us are frustrated because you have this amazing skill. You know it would change somebody's life, but how do you communicate that?
Right. How do you communicate it unless you have them read along with you and discuss the chapters that something that stood out to them? It's been an amazing sort of transformation of the leadership within our company. And even my sons are doing it now, and people around me, and there's a lot of influence that's happened through this book reading. But watching my management team come to these meetings and these book club breakfasts where they're saying, and you know what I got out of this book? And then another guy will say, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that. And then it's just making it concrete in our lives. And it's amazing to see. It's amazing to see.
And then last thing is, so one, obviously unreasonable hospitality. If you're not reading or applying it, losing money. Number 3, crucial conversations. We understand if you're not having those difficult conversations, someone's bleeding out all over your company.
Yes.
You're not jumping out of your comfort zone and talking to them. And then number 2, I'd love to hear about if a CEO is not, what money are they losing by not reading and applying the 6 working geniuses?
Well, they're usually working within their frustration, and they're frustrated. They're not able to do things well. They're not able to, let's say, they're not able to galvanize the team, and they need somebody. They're who, not how. They need somebody that's going to be able to galvanize the team, and they do it, and it just makes them exhausted when they try to do it. And if you need somebody that's a wanderer, or somebody who's has invention, you may have all the good ideas, but you don't have the ability to do the boots on the ground, getting it done, doing all of the things that need to bring it to completion. You need people on your team that do that for you, and you have to understand that that's their genius and maybe not yours. And so those ideas just sit there and they don't get done.
Perfect. That's 3 books that made this guy rich. DM and comment which book you think will make you rich. That's it. Anything else?
Have an all bright day.
Have an all bright day. Awesome.
Books by the beach.
Boom. Layup.
Yeah.
A nice 7 minute and 15 seconds.